G'day little nippers and welcome to the show! Environmental films are fun, aren't they? I mean, it doesn't seem to matter which one you stick on. Most of them seem to have a pretty bleak view of human beings.
Christmas means carnage! Christmas means carnage!
And to be honest, a very narrow and similar view on how the environment actually works. I mean, don't get me wrong, plastic, oil spills, these are all serious and potentially dangerous issues that we as human beings, well, you as human beings, need to be aware of. But have you seen the natural disasters that happen?
Thomas Fire, largest in California history, denuded the nearby hills of vegetation and anything that would absorb the water.
The monster storm slamming into Florida's panhandle, making landfall near Mexico Beach just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Inside this home in North Topsail Beach.
Now it seems the 500-year floods come every other year. How do you plan for that?
Damn, nature, you scary!
But I think with most kids' environmental films, the message is very pessimistic, and it can perhaps give the wrong kind of message. Then we have the curious case of the Lorax. Now, of course, as any Suess story, the Lorax did start off as a book and later developed into an early screen adaptation. Before that, other thing.
Shake that bottom line.
It treated the audience with respect, it gave a surprisingly mature outlook on the balance of man-made industry and nature itself, and how a middle ground was required.
Well, what do you want? I should shut down my factory? Fire 100,000 workers?
I see your point, but I wouldn't know the answer.
That's a really surprising message to have in a kids show, as most environmental films, TV shows back then kind of go like this. Humans kill mothers, humans kill animals, humans destroy forests, all of them are evil, nothing else matters but Mother Nature. Mother Nature's the only thing that matters, all hail Mother Nature. More plants, more trees, more green. And the truth is that it's slightly more complicated than that. This Lorax version seems to view nature and man as two powers that must unite to achieve a mutual cooperation on the Earth. And this Lorax has singing fish. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I didn't like this film. I didn't like this film for numerous reasons.
Shake that bottom line.
But the main thing I feel is wrong with it is it's too modern. Hear me out. It uses marketing techniques that are really obnoxious and thrown in your face. It uses cheap comic characters to appeal to younger children, which I've taken to calling minion syndrome.
Bottom.
Oh, I hate these pillbox shaped yellow. I hate them so much. It uses in the now celebrity voices that don't really add anything to their characters. And, well, okay, Danny DeVito was a good choice, but he was about the only one. The rest of them just feel there. There's no reason to have hired Zac Efron, for example. And finally, there was the character of the Onceler. Good gatory god on a golf cart. If anyone needed proof that this film was made in 2012, here it is. I mean, look at him. He is a hipster in every sense of the word. The entire purpose he is there is to appeal to the now generation. Got news for you, movie? Times change. Do you really think hipsters will be a thing in 20, 30 years' time? The whole reason we didn't see the Onceler's face in the book and the early screen adaptation was so that the audience didn't know what a person like this would look like. Someone who didn't want to disregard nature too much, but also didn't want to disregard his human responsibilities as well. Give up on his job, lay hundreds of workers off. It gives a sense that it could potentially be us, the audience, that sits where he sits. Thus, the message was more poignant about the environment. In this adaptation, because money is the only motivation,
How can I possibly make even more money?
Shake that bottom line.
the film just simplifies it too much by making it just a case of, you know, this person good, this person bad. It's, you know, frankly, a dangerous message. It blinds people to the reality that they could potentially do harm to the environment in other ways, because in their eyes, they just don't want to be the bad guy. That said, what are the positives? Well, there is one thing I felt was the best part of the movie, and that was the the songs are just too catchy. They're too catchy. I can't stop listening to them. Someone help me! Help me! Well, almost all of them. I mean, what is that? I could have written that. Where's my paycheck? Anyway, most of them are extremely entertaining to move to. Danny DeVito seemed to be a good acting and casting choice for the Lorax, even though he was sadly the only one. And the film itself was colourful and at least translated the weird and wonderful world of Zeus well onto the screen. In fact, I think it's one of the few films that actually did this really, really well. Even with the modern amenities they use, like cars, guitars and stuff like that. Overall, this film has a lot of issues that really prevented me from liking it that much, and the sad thing is, I think it would be pretty simple to fix if they had a second go at it. More believable casting, don't use cheap marketing techniques that get on everyone's nerves, ease up on the minion syndrome, but above all, don't make it too simplified, even for young children to understand. Because the balance of man-made and nature is far too complex to simply put it down to good, bad. I score this film 5 out of 10 Croc points, a misguided attempt at an extremely modern environmental film that oversimplifies and underdelivers. Take care, little nippers. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and, if you can, support me on Patreon. See you in a while, crocodiles!
Shake that bottom line.